Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Guys, holy shit. We are a resilient team, gentlemen. We are resilient. We're going to find a way to win. They freaking came out and they fought us, but we fought harder. And we went and got the win. That's outstanding. That's division win number 2. I got one game ball. Give me this. All right, hey, listen, to make the rally that we did and to come back, man, we needed some stops. We get the stops. Offense, we go down, we strike. We need another stop, we get the stop. Hutch, where you at, brother?
I'm so proud of everybody, man. We got the shit done. Man, I'm really excited about this year. I think we're going to do some special shit, especially with the adversity we just dealt with, how we overcame it, man. So to keep pushing week by week. Let's go. Yes, sir. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win.
I've had this smile since about 4 o'clock yesterday. Like, my face hurts, everything about me hurts, but you know what doesn't hurt? My heart. Because the damn Lions, it's a Victory Monday here, live at Feldman in Novi. Welcome to the show. My name is Stick, filling in for Neil Rule today. He is off in the Bahamas doing Neil Rule things. D-Mac is not here on Mondays, so you know, we got Lindsey Hunter in the house. How you feeling, Lindsey? How you feeling after yesterday?
I'm feeling good. It's a winning Monday.
Yes, it
feels
what I mean? Great.
The Infinity Stones have been placed in their proper place. They've been taken from the bad guys.
Yep.
And the universe is now stable.
And Justin Fields is somewhere dancing, looking at himself in the mirror, knowing what a failure that he is. What a
negative.
failure.
That's a negative, Sticks.
Failure.
That's a negative.
The Bears are failures. Ebert is a failure.
Now,
Justin Fields is a failure.
Negative.
They can take all of that, pack it, and head about 5 hours west because I don't want to hear another damn thing from a Bears fan until the next time we play them. And the next time we play them, I don't think the Lions are going to go this easy on them.
You're delusional.
You're damn right I'm delusional. The Lions are 8-2 for the first time in 61 years, and I'm not supposed to be delusional? What am I supposed to be up here? All of our lifetimes, this has never happened. Look at
See, this is the problem right here, guys. This is the problem. This is the problem. See, I tried to like escort you guys into like a winning feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like I tried to tell you guys before the season started, this was different.
It is different.
I've tried to tell you guys that, but everybody looked at me, Lindsey. You don't know the misery and pain that we've felt these years, and you don't understand. I was like, dude, it's okay.
I think you understand. You've been around Detroit enough to understand. Like, who said you didn't understand?
But I wasn't emotionally involved.
Okay.
Like you guys are. Like
I'm emotionally involved.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
You're damn right.
So you know, I just saw the difference in the organization approach from the beginning. So I was like, oh, this is different. These guys are doing things a different way. So I think the fans should jump on board early.
Yeah.
You know, support the team early. Don't wait. You know, which normal fans do. They wait until the winning starts, and then they jump on, oh, I was here all along. No, you weren't.
See, and that's what I called fans yesterday, new money fans, because that's how I feel about Lions fans, for some of them. The guys who left in the third quarter, left in the fourth quarter, the guys who were talking trash, saying Goff is horrible now. Fire AG. Exactly. And this was part of my notes today that I wanted to talk to you about is how, as a professional athlete, do you handle idiot fans who are jumping from one side or the other? 1 week Jared Goff is a world beater. The next week, oh, God, he couldn't win a playoff game for us. And there's that panic. If you go back and watch the live stream for Woodward Sports while we were watching the game yesterday, you could see it unfold. Spencer had to leave. He was like so mad, and he was talking trash about Jared Goff. He's like, "Is this your savior? Is this your savior?" Easy's in the chat taunting, saying MVP for Goff. You got Tom Mazaway that's acting like somebody walked in and kicked his puppy in the face, and me and Booter are sitting there like, "Dude, there's 4 minutes left. It's 12 points. How many times have you seen the Lions F this up?" Have some faith. So I may be a delusional fan, but I never quit on my team.
I like that, Sticks. I like that. That for you get a gold star for never quitting on your team. All right.
Thank you, Lindsey Hunter.
But watching the other guys and watching everybody else fall by the wayside. Now, Spinmo has never been a golf guy. Spinmo has not been a golf guy the entire time.
Yeah,
he will not until golf wins a Super Bowl.
That's such a high standard.
I'm sorry.
That's such an insanely high standard.
Hey, man, that comes with the territory.
Okay, that's fine.
I think Goff is a good quarterback. I think he's really good.
Yeah.
I think he is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. I think there are about 5 or 6 of those guys that can win Super Bowls. And depending on the structure of teams too. But yesterday was funny because Goff had an off day. He was off. He was throwing some
for 56 minutes. He was
off.
Yeah,
no, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
But for majority of the day, he wasn't himself.
Yes,
and you could tell. The thing I liked about him is he never. I mean, you could see his face was like, I gotta get in this, but I'm kind of off. You can look at him and tell.
Yep.
And he never stopped. He never stopped throwing the ball. Finally got J-Mo a big hit down the field.
Yeah.
And the one thing I'm most proud about of my predictions, which have been on point, the Gibbs call. I was telling everybody, hey, vouch for me, guys. You heard me from the beginning. We got to get this guy's the guy.
Yep.
We got to get him the ball.
Yep.
This dude's explosive. He can run between the tackles, but he can bounce it and go for 60. And he's proven.
Yeah.
Everybody was tripping. Oh, Bijan Robinson. Oh, Bijan. I'm like.
I love that me and Lindsey Hunter agree on so much stuff. It's so fun to do a show with somebody who actually has some damn sense on this network.
So I'm sitting there like, okay, Bijan is good. He's probably a special back, but the guy we got is one also.
Yes.
He's one of those guys when given opportunity, because all rookies need is some stability, opportunities that they know they're going to get every single week, and they'll be fine, especially if they got it.
And it was all part of the plan, right? Like, we all act like we know behind the curtain. We know what Dan Campbell's trying to do. We know how they're trying to implement them, but it's similar to J-Mo. This is all part of the plan. Look at J-Mo's game yesterday, right? I will take 2 catches, 44 yards, and a TD for J-Mo if he can impact the game the way he did for the rest of my life, right? I don't need that guy to get 13 targets. But when he gets those targets in those moments, one for a first down, one for a game-altering touchdown.
Yes.
Because to me, obviously that's the biggest play because of the points scored,
yes,
but also what it did to the defense on the next drive. Because it's not only that. Now you got to watch the back end.
You got to bring those safeties back, baby.
And even if they're not back, there's still one eye on J-Mo while Amon-Ra St. Brown is catching the ball underneath, or Gibbs on the check down, or handing it off. Because now everybody's playing back. You get that handoff to Montgomery up the middle. It went from a 2-yard gain if they're up to a 7-yard gain.
Yes.
And it's those little nuances that, like, people last night, we got into it on the postgame show with Anson. He was calling J-Mo a bust.
See, see what I'm saying? And it's not just him now. We had some guys with those flannel shirts on calling him a bust too.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to call any names. Anyway.
Well, they were calling him Flannel Anson last night. So we know the haterism that comes along with it. But I think that just comes with such a lack of understanding of the game.
And it's hard for guys like that. And, I'll give them a pass because when you've never had an athletic bone in your body, you don't understand what it takes to be thrust into situations. So those guys look at it purely from what they see on numbers and what they see. Oh, he's supposed to be doing this. No, it doesn't work like that.
Right.
The guy, you see the adversity that he's been through. You've seen the different things that have come about. He hasn't been on the field, and it takes a minute to get acclimated to be a dynamic player like we think he's going to be, which I know he's going to be.
Well, and it's about the team that you're on, right?
Yes.
Like, we are sitting here, we're like, I say new money Lions fans because of we're not used to winning. We don't know how to respond to winning. You don't know what winning looks like.
Right.
You don't understand that, oh, my God, we drafted this guy 12, but we got 3 guys ahead of him on the offense that I want to see get targets well before J-Mo right now. And I'm okay with bringing J-Mo along slowly. And having that secret weapon, that ace up your sleeve whenever you want. Like, you know what? Let's just run a little bubble and see what happens with this dude.
Exactly. Or, hey, we send him on a go and just watch him run past everybody.
Yeah, and that was his touchdown was another one where he's looking back and waiting on the ball. Right. I mean, he literally, and I love the whole team atmosphere with that because they covered that a lot after the game, talking to Amon-Ra St. Brown and J-Mo about that. And J-Mo was like, Amon-Ra told me, like, this is my play. And you can see it. Amon-Ra went underneath with his out route. They drew the defender up, and J-Mo just went straight to that corner. And Goff just put it on him, and it literally changed the entire game.
But you know what I respect more so about J-Mo than the touchdown catches and the first down catches was I watched him throughout the game, how he responded and how he was still motivated during the game, blocking and helping his teammates. And just I watched that part of it because I knew he was engaged, and it wasn't about him.
Yeah.
And so I'm more impressed and expect more from him because of those things, because that shows a character of a teammate.
Yeah.
Like, he's just not out there saying, oh, they're not throwing me the football. Because, you know, a lot of diva receivers.
They can pout.
Oh, my goodness, we've seen him throughout history.
Yeah.
You know, but he's a young guy that's out there like, dude, if I have to block, I'm going to block. Whatever I'm asked to do, I'm going to do it wholeheartedly for my team. And when my time comes, I'll be there for it. And guess what? You could see the celebration on the guy's face when they saw him have success.
Yes. They're rooting for him, too.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
and
a lot
that
in the locker room. Yeah.
Right. You see the adverse things when you see Rudy Gobert get choked and nobody helped him.
Draymond.
Yeah, that's just the opposite, though. Think about it.
Yeah.
I've been on teams where there was a guy that you probably, didn't care much about, and something happened to him. You go like, yeah, he'll be okay.
I can't leave the bench. I'll get suspended.
Exactly. And I've been on teams where it was like, hey, one goes, we all go.
Yeah, but that's why those plays with J-Mo getting the blocks and getting ahead of Montgomery and sealing those touchdown plays, like people will be like, well, you didn't draft him at 12 for him to be a blocker, did you? It's like, no, but I did draft him at 12 to be a hell of a teammate.
Exactly.
And that's what that shows me. Am I looking for him to catch balls because he's a wide receiver? Of course. Let's not get into stupid conversations. But understand something. Hines Ward was elite not only because he caught the ball, but because of what he did blocking. Dude. And that's the standard to me of a blocking wide receiver. And if you can find that in a guy with speed like J-Mo and that tenacity, we got something here, and it's fun to see this pot start to boil a little. That's what I feel with J-Mo right now. It's been sitting on the stove a little bit. It's been heating up. Now we're starting to get the boil over, and it's going to be a nightmare for defenses.
Dude, he's the one thing that is so, taken for granted, I think, a lot of times because we see it so much is guys with that type of speed. Like, people don't understand the respect that gets you in the field, and you talked about it, how it sprays that defense out. It spreads the field. And when you have the guy that can go over the top like that, think about how everybody feels when they get ready to play the Dolphins.
Oh, it's a nightmare. A nightmare.
What are the D-backs out there doing? Like, oh, goodness.
Yeah, good luck catching Tyreek Hill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
mean, overall, not the best game the Lions play, but you've been on teams that are good enough to win when they don't have their best game. And
dude,
when your team, because it's about levels, right? Yes. First, it's about competing. Like, you want a team that will compete every night. Then it's about finding ways to win. You want a team that can find different ways to win. Right. Then what happened yesterday is what you want with the next level of evolution.
Right. And the teams at the top of the NFL, I think, are all teams that find ways to win. Right. And it may be ugly one week. It may be something, it's not just a perfect game every week. It's finding a way to win.
Yeah. Well, a big way to win is meeting up with our man Braylon Edwards, who I know is about to have a big week with that Michigan-Ohio State game coming up. He is going to be at Dispo in Hazel Park tomorrow, November 21st, for their Thanksgiving turkey giveaway. It starts at noon. They'll be giving away turkeys, which J-Mo did after the game as well, so big props to J-Mo for that. All you have to do is purchase any product from Dispo Hazel Park on Tuesday afternoon, and you'll receive your turkey, available while supplies last.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports. Woodward and Main Street. The Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Oh, man, if you missed the pregame tailgate going on in Eastern Market at the Bullseye tailgate event, you missed a party. Kool-Aid was down there earlier. We do a live broadcast from there. It is just a party downtown Detroit. So make sure you go and you get in for the next home game, which happens to be this Thursday. And you know, with the way the Lions are playing, it's going to be crazy. BullseyeEventGroup.com. You can get your tickets online today, or you can win some from Woodward Sports. Follow us on IG and DM us Lions VIP. Welcome back to Big D Energy. We are live at Feldman in Novi like we do every other Monday. And you know what? When we first started this last year, at the beginning of the season, it was tough to come across a victory. Now I feel like every time we're rolling up into Feldman, it's a victory Monday. So I love everything that's happening right now. The Detroit Lions came back yesterday, down 12 points with 4 minutes to go. And I think one guy we got to spend a lot of time talking about, which he's been kind of a divisive person when you're having conversations with some fans, is Jared Goff. To me, yesterday proved that Jared Goff is the MVP of this team. Because you saw it. When Jared Goff isn't on, this team struggles. When Jared Goff has those laser eyes, this team excels. And without Jared Goff at quarterback, I think we have a whole different discussion about what the Detroit Lions' future looks like. And I'm a big fan of, if you don't want Jared Goff, tell me who's better.
That's fair.
You know, to me, it reminds me of, like, the Michigan fans when they didn't want Harbaugh. It's like, all right, yeah, okay, you're coming off Brady Hoke. You're coming off those guys. You think Harbaugh isn't good enough for you?
Well, they may get their wish.
But either way,
you
back to Jared Goff. Jared Goff, to me, is the clear MVP of this Lions team.
I wouldn't say clear, but I do think he's the MVP. Because I think
who else are you putting in the conversation?
St. Brown, Amon Ra.
Okay.
You know, he's like the safety valve for this team.
All right.
He's dependable. He's always where he's supposed to be.
Yeah. God, that catch off that touchdown yesterday that was like this far off the ground.
Dude is a monster.
He is amazing.
He's a monster. So I would go, I would go either one of those guys, but I think you're right. Goff is he's the ignition.
Yeah.
He's the ignition. He gets everything going. And when he's on, which he's been on majority of the season, they're really hard to beat.
They're impossible.
They're hard to beat.
Right.
And the thing about it is what I really liked about him yesterday. You know, I don't look at quarterbacks I don't look at any athletes when they're at the peak of their superpowers, when everything's going right for them. It's easy to be great.
Yeah.
It's hard to continue to be great when things aren't going your way.
Right.
When you've thrown a couple of picks. When you've, missed some easy passes. How are you going to finish this game? That's how I look at quarterbacks. And he proved yesterday that regardless of the adverse situations that's before him, hey, I'm going out. I'm going to go finish the job. I'm still going to put this thing in the air.
Right.
Although I've thrown about 5 picks almost. But to me, that makes a great player. That makes a great quarterback.
Yeah, and he owned up to his interceptions. He said the second one he didn't even see the linebacker.
You could tell.
That was just a mistake, right?
Yeah,
and that happens. The other two were one. Laporta got knocked off his route. He was throwing to a spot. Once again, that happens. And the other one was a tip ball. So they weren't all three poor decisions, right? If they were all three, like the two interception, like the second interception, I think we're having a different conversation. Like, this guy can't even see the field.
But sticks. There were 2 he threw that were pick sixes that they were dropped.
Yeah, that's why those guys play DB, though. That's why they're DBs and not wide receivers. Thank goodness.
The one down by the end zone was I was like, oh, my God.
Right before that Gibbs touchdown.
Yes. That would have been disastrous.
And that's part of what we're watching with the new Lions is they're not catching those bad breaks either. Because that, to me, you're right. He throws that pick six. All of a sudden, that is a horrible interception. That game is getting out of control. Now we're looking back to Baltimore and being like, oh, God. And it's the Bears doing it to you, of all people.
But there were 2 of those. There was one on the other side he threw, and that guy dropped it. I'm like, hey, thank God for D-backs.
But you know what? But it works out, too, because the tip passes went the way of the defense.
Yes,
you know?
yes,
like, in the grand scheme of things in a full season, those things will even out, right? The drop passes, dropped interceptions, and interceptions that probably shouldn't have been.
Right.
But when Jared Goff came out yesterday and in the first half threw those 2 interceptions, I thought one big part was our defense did a great job. We'll get into the defense talk coming up in a different segment. But to allow 0 points on those 2 turnovers was massive. It kept the Lions in the game.
And we got to give they should have sent a game ball to the other locker room to their offensive coordinator. Because I don't know what
at the end of the game.
It's throughout the game he made some questionable. I was like, are they trying to throw the game? Yeah. Some of those play calls were just hideous. You got a weapon like Justin Fields who, as a run pass threat, sticks. As a run-pass threat, the dude is almost unstoppable. And we saw that yesterday.
He only, we can say that, but he only threw for 176 yards.
And how many yards did he run for?
He did run for 104.
Oh, jeez, come on. That's Michael Vick-ish.
That's 281 yards of total offense.
By himself.
That's not going to win you many games, though.
By himself.
But when you're the quarterback, that's part of it. Right?
Yeah, but I've seen Michael Vick do those type of things.
Goff had, 267 passing yesterday, so he almost accounted just as much as Justin
Goff is
Fields.
just,
he's a pocket passer. Right.
But a young quarterback like Justin Fields with evidently no offensive help, the guy is a weapon. Whoever is over there developing their quarterbacks it has some issues because
they're the ones who passed on Patrick Mahomes for Mitch Trubisky. So what can you say about Chicago?
Yeah, but a lot of people passed on Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, they did. He made them pay. But back to Jared Goff.
Right.
Dan Campbell had good comments to say about him in the press conference, but he said one word that stood
wait a
out
minute,
to me.
man.
Oh, boy.
Brandon Katz shit is sitting at Lindsey with a dumb take. Brandon Katz, you are a dumb take. You are a dumb ass. Okay, every time I sit here and watch you on the chat, you come up here with these asinine ass takes. You claim you're a lawyer. I don't know what type of lawyer you are. I just had to get that off my chest.
I agree with him.
Brandon Katz
does
pisses
suck.
me off all the time. That dumb shit he says on here.
Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Shout out to you guys, except Brandon Katz.
We appreciate you. I was giving shit to people in the chat yesterday because you should have seen it during the game. Like, oh, this team's not going to make the playoffs. This team isn't going anywhere. Told you we should have gotten a defensive end. AG, fire AG. Dan Campbell doesn't know what he's doing. We can't get him ready in the third quarter. It's just like, dude, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride.
Brandon Katz is like, oh, this is not a Super Bowl contending team.
Right.
Oh, we're not good enough. Golf is not good enough. Brandon Katz, have you played any sport in your life? I mean, just tell me. Have you played kickball? Have you played softball, hopscotch, jump rope? Have you done anything athletically in your life to understand what it is like to resemble an athlete? Tell me that. If you tell me that, then I'll give you some credit to something you say, not most of the things you say, but something. Because your takes are asinine. Good Lord.
So Dan Campbell, after the game, said some nice things about Jared Goff. One of the words he used, though, is, I can bank on that guy.
Yeah, he has. And you know what? Having a coach have that type of confidence in you means the world.
Yeah.
That means the world.
When you say that, but also including the word bank, when salary negotiations are being used, it really shows me that they may bank on this guy and pay him the $40 to $50 million that he's going to demand.
You can stop saying 40, okay? Start at 50.
You think 50?
Danny Dimes in New York got 45.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's the market. That's the market. Sticks.
Million.
You're gonna have to start.
I don't know anybody that deserves to make $50 million, but I would give it to Jared Goff if that's what it's going to take to keep this thing alive.
Sticks, you're gonna have to start at 50 with them.
See, here's the deal.
You can't have it both ways. You can't say he's the best player on the team and he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
But I can also believe he's a great human and will understand the situation. He got tossed out of L.A. He got brought to Detroit. He's now the new son of Detroit. Where's he going to go after this? If he want to go collect $50 million to go be Baker Mayfield, I don't think he wants that life.
Sticks. He has you guys by the balls.
I don't think he does. I don't think he does.
You just said no. I mean, let's go back to what you said.
He's our MVP.
Okay, and then you said if you don't want Jared Goff, tell me who else you want.
That's the question, right?
So here's the deal.
But I'm also intelligent enough to know that if he leaves, there will be a viable replacement. Will he be better? I don't know. But Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, I trust them to fill that gap.
I trust.
That's where my faith beyond Goff goes.
I trust them to do what is right, and that's going to be pay Goff $50 million a year.
You think paying Goff $50 million is right?
I mean, what?
Listen, I do too. I just think it's a hell of a lot of money, But you
got to look at the market. You got to look at some of these guys that are getting paid 50 plus. You come on, look. The dude out there in San Diego who Flannel said is a top tier quarterback, Herbert.
Yeah.
What is he getting? What is Herbert getting? 50 what?
He's still on his rookie deal, I believe.
But didn't they extend him?
I don't know.
Didn't he get an extension?
I don't know the Herbert contract situation right now. Maybe Michael Gentry can look that up for us. But either way, $50 million is a lot of money. I do believe that Jared Goff may be a little bit more lenient for the Lions because
Sticks.
As a professional,
this isn't about your feelings, and
I know,
this isn't about
as a professional
him being
athlete,
a good humanitarian.
Lindsey, as a professional athlete, would you rather take more money to go play for a shitty team, or would you rather take less money to play for a winner?
I want to take the most money to the people that value me the most. If you don't value me, then obviously you're not going to pay me. I'm doing a service for you, and I'm doing a hell of a job. You don't value that? Oh, you don't value me. Oh, okay, you know what? I'm going to go get paid over here because guess what? I may go out next week and get my knee blown out.
That's true.
I need to maximize my earning potential.
We can give you guaranteed money. We don't have to worry about that. But
I want $50 million a year guaranteed.
See, and I just don't see Goff playing that card.
I want 4 years, $50 million a year.
I see his agent playing that card. Definitely his agent should be up that route.
Let me be his agent. Hey, buddy.
But I also understand that, Goff is having a renaissance of his career here in Detroit, correct? Like, he was cast away by the NFL. Sean McVay said he was trash. Jeff Fisher said he was trash, which, by the way, Michigan Panthers, way to go. But Jeff Fisher said he was trash. Then he comes here, slow start. People in Detroit don't believe in him. If he wins a playoff game, they're going to build statues for this guy. You think he's going to leave over an extra $10 million?
You think he wants statues or he wants stacks?
That's what I don't know.
Let me help you.
He already has stacks.
You never have enough stacks.
Yeah, that's the old, what can I buy with $400 million that I can't buy with $300 million?
A legacy of my whole lineage being taken care of. That's what he can buy.
Well, I'll tell you what you can buy. Peace of mind, and that is with Guardian Alarm. You're going away. The holidays are coming up. You're taking trips. You want to be able to check in on your house with cameras and all the technology that comes along with their stuff today. Guardian Alarm is the place to go so you can take that vacation with that peace of mind. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT right now. 1-800-STAY-OUT. Let them know Woodward Sports sent you, and you can have that peace of mind this holiday season.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equip Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
You want to experience the fairway difference? Listen, when you go out to eat at a nice restaurant, pretty much anywhere in Detroit, I'm talking the casinos, the fine restaurants, the hotels, it's pretty much Fairway Packing that's giving them all of their steaks and their meat. So if you want that Fairway Packing experience, go to fairwaypacking.com right now. You can order online or visit the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-goes. Welcome back to Big D Energy live from Feldman in Novi, which, by the way, we got my new ride sitting behind us.
It's nice, man.
That is, have you seen this thing in all black? It looks like the Batmobile.
Yeah, man, I've driven a couple of them, dude. I'm close to getting one. Close to pulling the
Jared
trigger.
Goff can buy a couple of those with his new contract
he's
coming.
He's going to be able to buy a fleet of them.
It is a Victory Monday here at Feldman and with Woodward Sports and all over Detroit. I mean, I think everybody went to bed last night just with a big-ass smile on their face. And then, of course,
except Brandon Katz.
Then, of course, Dobbs loses and the Vikings lose as well. You got to love that. And then, you know, okay, the Packers won, but who cares about that, honestly? So pretty much two of the main people in our division lost yesterday. We got a chance to take down the Packers on Thursday.
How do Packers keep winning, man?
People sleep on Jordan Love, but he's not a bad quarterback.
No, he's a starter.
Yes.
He's an NFL starter.
Yes.
You know, this is basically his first year as a full-time quarterback.
He's an experienced rookie starter, essentially.
Exactly.
So, listen, I don't take them lightly, but also I don't think anybody can mess with the Lions. Like, I've said it a million times this year, and I still believe the only way the Lions lose ball games is if they beat themselves. Yesterday, they did all they could to beat themselves and still found out that they could win at home. Ford Field must have been rocking during that time. I mean, how loud it was down there, because I went and rewatched the game last night just so I knew what the hell I was talking about today. Because, you know, when we're watching on the live stream, there's a ton of stuff going on. And then when we do the post-game show, you really haven't had time to process stuff.
Right.
Like, you're just instantly reacting.
Right.
And, you know, it was such a great ending yesterday. We were going nuts on the postgame show for an hour and a half. Great phone calls and everything. But one thing I want to touch on is the defense. During the watch party, everybody was clowning our defense and clowning AG and saying AG's got to go. I kind of had a different statement about that. Yes, the first drive of the game, defense got their ass kicked up and down the field. I'm not denying that. The one deep pass they had for their second touchdown, defense got. That happened too. Outside of that, they let up 4 field goals at the end. 4 turnovers for any NFL team, and to only put up the amount of points that they did. And the one big stat that I kept going back to for the Detroit Lions defense is in the first half, the Lions turned the ball over twice. Bears scored 0 points.
Right.
Lions get 1 turnover, they score 7 points. That's a 7-0 nothing. Even though they led in the turnover margin, the Lions led in the scoring margin. And I think a lot of times that gets overlooked, the position the defense was left in.
Right.
And how many times they bailed out the offense yesterday. And this was a true team win, because sometimes the offense isn't going to be there. You need your defense to step up like that.
Right.
Sometimes the defense isn't going to be there like last week against the Chargers. You need your offense to come out smoking gun.
Right. You're right. It was a total team win for them, because every time something lacked in one area, the other guys picked it up, and you needed that. But just watching the whole thing transpire, you saw, because I sat there at the end, I'm like, dang, can they pull this out? I'm like, it's going to be tough. Then when I saw the play calls for the Bears, I was like, oh, yeah. I said, they may pull this out. I said, these dudes ran the ball up the middle 3 times in a row. No gain.
Yep.
Kick. Punt, you know.
Oh, at the end, 2 runs up the middle and incomplete pass to stop the clock, so we didn't have to use a timeout. Yeah.
And so when I saw that happen, and then I saw the Lions offense started rolling, I'm like, okay, they're rolling. Okay, they quick score. Boom. Now I said, okay, they got a chance to win it now.
Yep.
And they completed the task, man, and Goff drove them down the field methodically. you know. And they were really smart about the play calls, too. I really like that because they didn't just panic and say, we're just going to throw it. Nope. Draw up the middle.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And it was done to a T. It was perfect.
Yeah. No panic, I think, is the best.
No panic whatsoever.
Best comment that you brought up. There was a lot of panic with the fans, right? I keep referring back to the watch party, but please just go watch the last 5 minutes of that watch party. I mean, the whole room was panicking. Like, Spencer thought the season was over. Everybody, Maz was out of his suicide pool, and everybody's gonna die because the Lions didn't beat the Bears. And I was even sitting there. I still had faith they could win, but I was preparing myself for the loss. Like, listen, if they lose this game, they're 7-3. If you had told me they're 7-3 at the beginning of the season,
fine.
I'm fine. If they follow it up on Thursday with another game like this, then
we looked at the Lions' remaining schedule.
Yeah.
And they possibly can run the table.
Yeah. Cowboys is the only thing they got left, really.
I mean, they can't lose to the Cowboys. I don't give a damn if they lose all the rest of it. They cannot lose to the Cowboys. That can't happen. I'm going down there myself and talk to Dan Campbell. Hey, if you got to go take some kneecaps out, this is the game to do it. Okay? Yep. We can't lose to the Cowboys. I hate those sons of anyway, but if you look at their schedule and you see, like, dude, they could run the table. Now, they may stumble, and that's not the end of the world because this is the NFL. And just like, the Lions have great players. Other teams may not be as good, but those guys are pretty good too. Those guys are in the NFL for a reson.
That's what Neil says. They drive BMWs too.
Exactly. So anything can happen. And we saw that yesterday with the Bears. I didn't expect this to be a game. I was sitting there like, I'm going to flip back and forth because this is going to be a blowout. I was like, the Lions are about to mash these dudes.
Really?
Yeah, because Justin Fields' first game back would hurt, thumb. So I'm thinking he's probably not going to be as effective as he could be. It's going to be rusty. And then I watched the first possession. I was like, oof, holy crap. This might be a good game, And it turned out to be a great game.
I found myself, during the first half thinking, all right, they're playing like shit. But if you're going to play like this, the Bears is the team to do it against. That was my logic in trying to convince myself that I was like, listen, if they did this against the Kansas City Chiefs first game of the season, it's curtains, right? If you're going to play a bad game, play it against a bad opponent. It gives you a chance to come back from those mistakes, and that's fortunately for the Lions what they did. Because I can't even imagine the narrative today if they would have lost that game to Justin Fields coming back off injury at home. It would have been SOL, this team. There would have been people quitting on them because they were already quitting at halftime anyways when the Lions were winning. Yesterday made no sense to me from a fan basis. You can't ride with a team until it gets tough and then say, that's not my team no more.
That's what they do here, though. That's why I get on them so much.
It drives me absolutely insane. Like, you can't ride with Jared Goff, and then he has a bad 3 quarters, and you'd be like, oh, well, we got to blow this whole thing up. It's like, do you not watch sports enough to know that Patrick Mahomes has bad games? Tom Brady, I think, had 12 3-interception games in his career. Like, this happens.
Yeah,
this happens.
Dude, think about it. When you think about great quarterbacks, and we think about, I'd say Peyton Manning is probably number 2 in my quarterback rankings.
Okay.
All time, I'd say, I'll put him at 3 because I can't put him in front of Montana. I'll put him at 3.
That's fair.
So
I think it's tough to put anybody above Brady.
No, Brady's 1.
Oh, okay.
Brady's 1.
Okay. All right.
Brady's 1.
All
Montana's 2.
That's fair.
Then Peyton Manning, I would say, is the close 3 with Elway. Those guys. But he threw interceptions all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
And we watched him still be who he is. Like, he's one of the greatest of all time. So those things happen, like you said. That happens. Quarterbacks make mistakes, even the great ones. We've seen Tom Brady make mistakes like that. But, those guys are so unflappable that it doesn't matter. Because in the moment, in the biggest moments, when they need him the most, they come through.
And this is where I think Lions fans get lost in the sauce with it when it comes to winning football. Like, they just remember Tom Brady winning.
That's it.
They don't remember the hiccups along the way. They don't remember the Patriots losing 5 games going into the playoffs. You know, it's like, oh, the Patriots were great. Tom Brady was always great. It's like, no. There's games that your great team is not going to be great, and that's when the fans need to be there the most.
Exactly.
That's not when you need to be jumping off the bandwagon. That's not when you need to be in the chat trolling people like you were yesterday. Like, that's when you got to sit there and believe in your team. But that's such the PTSD of us Lions fans, you know.
Like, I've been told.
Yeah, I live it. I live it. Like, I'm loving every bit of this. I'm trying to absorb it because I've never experienced this in my life. But I'm also very cautiously optimistic too.
Right.
You know.
Right. But when you're going through that, when you're going through, you know, the ebbs and flows of a game, there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be bad decisions. There's going to be bad plays. There's going to be great plays. I always say, as a player, you're never as good as your greatest game, and you're never as bad as your worst. You're always here, so emotionally you have to stay here.
You have to as a professional athlete.
Yes, you have to stay there.
But there is that fine line because you do need that dog emotion to play at your most elite level, but you can't get to a point of where you're, you know, like bitch made and like over emotional.
Right.
We're live at Feldman, so I don't want to just be yelling out stuff like I normally would. But yeah, like, so that's such a fine line to be that intense player, but to not get too overreactional to things.
Right.
How as a professional athlete were you able to like temper that?
I don't know. I think I was like, even as a young kid, my father always instilled in me, like, you know, he didn't like showboating. He liked you to present yourself a certain way. And my dad was huge into that. I remember when I came home crying because they moved me to quarterback. I came home crying.
The only kid ever that gets pissed if he moved to quarterback.
Yes, because think about it, dude. You're in middle school and your line is awful, and I was getting decapitated. I was like, I don't want to do this.
Okay.
It's like I want to go back to running the ball and catching it. And my dad was like, no, that's what you want to be.
Right.
I'm looking at him like, shit. No, I don't.
Yeah, see, obviously I didn't make it nearly as far as you did, but when I played Little League, when I played high school ball, I was always that kid. If we could be down 30, I'd be like, that's all right. They scored 30 on us in the first half. We could put 30 up on them in the second half.
Dude,
Let's go.
I always hated that guy.
That was me. I'm that guy. Nice to meet you, Lindsey Hunter. But that's who I am. And you know what? I've been a part of a lot of comebacks like that.
Yeah, I know. I had teammates like that.
That's me.
Come on, guys. They scored 40 on us. We can do it to them.
We'll put it right back. We're just as talented as them. What makes them better than us? We could do it. They put up 9 in an inning. We'll put up 9 in an inning. Like, that's how
it works sometimes.
Listen, it's about a 10% hit rate. But I understand that. But without that belief, it's a 0% hit rate.
Very true.
And that's the important thing to me. I'll take the 10%. I'll lose the 90, but it's better than losing 100.
Right.
It's better than losing 100. You want to get comfortable and get all warm inside, like that feeling you get when the Lions smack the hell out of the Bad News Bears? Well, Big Boy got the comfort foods for you. Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods, and I'm talking about veal parmesan, Southern Comfort chicken bowl, or how about breakfast? Stuffed potato pancakes in the classic lumberjack or Santa Fe. How about apple pie hotcakes too? Can't miss it. Go to Big Boy near you. They're all over the place here in Metro Detroit.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Would you like to win a 100K Vegas getaway? Take your friends and live it up in a city that never sleeps. It's the Centron Energy Drink It and Live It sweepstakes. Purchase a 24-pack today for your chance to win and register at drinkcentron.com/Vegas and buy Centron at your local Myers store. It's Centron, the healthier energy drink with great taste. Look good, feel great, and be the best version of yourself. Once again, that website, drinkcentron.com/Vegas.
Welcome back to Big D Energy Live on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Neil Rule today. I'll actually be filling in for Neil all week. I'll be with you all tomorrow and Wednesday and then Thursday for the Thanksgiving Day game. So you're going to get a lot of me coming up on Woodward Sports, and happy to be here with you guys. It's been a long time since I've done like a week's worth of show on the network. That is Lindsey Hunter filling in for Darren McCarty today. And we are live at Feldman in Novi. JB is here. And then Gentry's here, too.
JB Smooth.
JG.
Gentry.
MG and JB behind the scenes making it all happen. I mean, it's a Victory Monday. It's been fun to do this. It's just like, this is a dream. I've never experienced this in my entire life. Nobody has except Maz. I think Maz was a baby the last time that the Lions did this. It was 61 years ago. And Maz, just little baby Maz with the same haircut and everything, was sitting there, and he got to witness an 8-2 start for the Lions. Oh, I have not. You have not. Pretty much everybody in this room has not ever seen what we're witnessing today. And it's for some people, it's tough to digest.
I think they still have doubt. Like, I got one of my best buds, man. Tad, my buddy Tad Rose. Tad, I hope you're listening. Tad is the biggest Lion hater that I've ever seen, and he's born and raised here. And his famous saying is, he doesn't call them the Lions.
Lie downs?
That's what he calls them, the lie downs. So he's ridiculing his son when the Lions are losing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm FaceTime, he's like, there he is over there, Lindsey.
Yep.
I told him the old lie downs.
This is the year, guys. This is the year all of us abused fans from our family members at Thanksgiving dinner who are like, why are you watching the Lions? You're ruining Thanksgiving. We want to eat. Like, no, shut up. When the game's over, we eat. But now I watch. They're getting blown out by 43. Mom, there's a chance they're going to come back. I just want to watch the game. Well, they lose every year, Sammy. It's like, just give me Thanksgiving. This is the year I get to turn to my family and be like, 8-2?
Yep.
Y'all want to watch the game now? Oh, now you want to watch the game with me. No, sit over there at the kids' table, ass. I'm watching at the adult table this year.
And no matter, look, I keep, and Tad told me, we were together yesterday, he said, are you going to go lie to the fans tomorrow? I said, go lie to them about what? That they have hope that the Lions are going to stick. He's such a hater, dude.
And that's the thing, like, listen, and those are the type of guys where if the Lions don't win the Super Bowl, where one team wins every year, he'll be like, told you they sucked. If they lose in the Super Bowl, they sucked. It's like, no, dude, they made the Super Bowl. They don't suck.
You hear that, Tad?
Yeah. Get me and Tad on a show, and let's hash it out. Super fan versus super hater.
I would get him to call in one day, dude. You got to hear him. He's hysterical.
We were talking about Jared Goff earlier about how much money that he may get. This comment popped up in the chat. John Ellison, y'all excuse every mistake that Goff makes. He's the only player you don't hold accountable. The O-line and the running backs are the real MVPs. Not taking anything away from the Detroit Lions line is the strength of this team.
Exactly.
I'm not making any excuses. Goff played like dog, you know what, for the first 3.5 quarters of that game.
Right.
Wasn't making excuses, but you also know you can't just acknowledge one thing and ignore the other. What did he do the last 4 minutes of the game? Perfect football.
It's just, see, this is the problem too. When your team is good and you see some flaws that happen during a moment and you dwell on that. You dwell on the negative.
Right.
Well, we're not giving excuses for Goff. He was horrible. Well, he won the game, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he came through when he had to, when he needed to.
And he was horrible.
Yeah, those are facts. But
yeah. For 3.5 quarters.
Like you just said, though. Tell the whole story.
Right. Right.
Tell the whole story because, oh, yeah, I was bad the entire game, but guess what? I hit the game winner. I still feel good about myself.
Right. I contributed to my team winning.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And how many times does that happen? I mean, basketball probably happens more often
All
than
the
not.
time.
You know, you go 0 for 10 from the field, the next thing you know, in the last 2 minutes of the game, you go 4 for 4.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
So we can talk about the early part of the
Yes.
game, and I can acknowledge Goff's mistakes, and Goff acknowledged Goff's mistakes.
Yes.
That's what I love about this guy. He's acknowledging his mistakes, but he's also acknowledging his growth too here in Detroit under this tutelage of Dan Campbell.
Well, I like his style of leadership because he's not a rah guy. He's a direct guy. He's matter-of-factly. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I am. This is my demeanor, you know. But I tell you what, though, when they bag that Brinks truck up to the front, that demeanor is going to change a little bit.
Yeah, you remember the Matthew Stafford dagger time? Like that they wanted to coin that year? It's dagger time, baby. Like, no, Goff is dagger time. Like, Goff was cool under pressure. He had a bag. Like, I am thoroughly impressed with what I saw yesterday, and I was thoroughly impressed leading up to it.
So, see how impressed you were? Gentry, what do those quarterback numbers look like? Because I want to see the type of money that he's going to command this offseason. I want to see how big of a truck they're going to back up to Ford Field and unload cash.
Well, I don't know about that, but still, I got the top numbers here, right here. Patrick Mahomes is still number one, $450 million for 10 years.
So he's $45 million.
So you got Joe Burrow.
They adjusted that, though. You know they adjusted that, right?
Yeah. Okay. You got Joe Burrow for the Bengals, $275 for 5 years.
Okay.
Justin Herbert, $262.5 for 5 years. Lamar Jackson, $260 for 5 years, and Josh Allen at 5 with $258 for 6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Well, it looks like we're paying him. All right.
Teddy KGB, pay the man his money.
Mike, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Look at those numbers. Now, we can take Patrick Mahomes off that because he's an anomaly. You could pay Patrick Mahomes $500 million and you won't be wrong. Okay?
Right.
Everybody else, though.
And he had already won his Super Bowls before he got paid.
Exactly.
Yep.
He won them young. Yeah. So, you know, that's a plus. I'm hoping Brock Purdy can repeat that. But anyway, I digress. Hey, look at the guys under him. Who did we say under him?
Under Patrick Mahomes?
Yes.
So you got Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and then, of course, Jalen Hurts at 6.
See, but this is where the public perception of Goff not being a great quarterback could work in our favor.
Oh, God.
Honestly, it's where it could work in our favor.
But
because people don't put Goff up there with Lamar Jackson. People don't put Goff up there with Burrow. People don't put Goff in that class.
So just because people don't put him there, what do the numbers say? What is it? Comparable to all of those guys? What are his numbers? Because I know he's top. He's probably top 5 in QBR. Am I wrong or right?
I believe PFF said he's up there.
I know he's up there. I know for a fact he's up there.
He's having a career year. I mean, he's in the top 5 in pretty much every category that matters.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's going to be impossible to prove that he's not as elite as those guys because.
But it's not about, perception's reality. You know that, right?
Yeah, but
you know that, right? So around the league, are they looking at Jared Goff as Lamar Jackson? You think so?
No, not Lamar. That's a different
Are they
animal.
looking at Jared Goff as Joe Burrow? I don't think they are.
I don't know. If he continues to do what he's doing, he'll be comparable to Joe Burrow.
And listen, this is all me hoping that the league is stupid. This is what I'm doing right now, okay? Because I put Goff up there with Joe Burrow.
What I'm saying.
I put Goff up there with Lamar Jackson. Different ball game that they play.
Right.
But I'd have Goff
Justin
throw
Herbert?
the ball.
Who would you rather have, Justin Herbert or Lamar Jackson? Justin Herbert or Jared Goff.
Oh, Goff, 100% of the time.
That's my point.
100% of the time, every time.
Matter of fact, I'm taking him over the guy in Buffalo.
Jared Allen?
Yeah.
Josh Allen?
I'm taking him over him.
Yeah, I'm taking Goff over a lot of people.
That's my point.
But here's the deal. Goff was a number 1 overall pick. Goff took a team to a Super Bowl. Goff was only 26 years old, and the league wanted nothing to do with him. The only team that really was going after Jared Goff was the Lions. So he's changed that perception, but it goes back to what I'm saying. People undervalue Goff around the league, and that is a great thing for the Detroit Lions.
It could be. Don't get it twisted.
No, it is.
Because if they don't value Goff like I think they should. And a team, let's just say a team like Tampa Bay, who's looking for a franchise quarterback, comes in, and then Tampa Bay has a great defense, and they say, hey, we'll throw you 260. We'll throw you 260 for 5.
Now, here's one situation that scares the bejesus out of me with Goff, right? I know we got him for one more year.
Right.
But Ben Johnson's leaving. Because I said, I don't think Goff's going to go to another team or anything like that where he's not going to be comfortable. If Ben Johnson goes to a team that Goff may want to go to, that scares the hell out of me. That's the one scenario where I could see him being like, I appreciate what you guys did for me, but this is the guy that I really love. This is my OC, and I'm his quarterback, and I'm going to go play ball with him. That's the only scenario I see Jared Goff leaving town.
Okay, I can see more scenarios. I can see more scenarios. There are teams that need quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't mean Jared Goff wants to go pull a franchise out from the doldrums again.
Well, Tampa Bay is not that bad. They're a quarterback away from really being good.
I was told Baker Mayfield was a good quarterback.
He's a good quarterback. He's not a great quarterback. I mean, Baker's a starter.
Yeah, Baker's solid.
Yeah, he's solid, but he's not, like, can't get you over the hump.
No. He's
you know what I'm saying?
He's a great backup on a winning team.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what Baker Mayfield is. But, God, I hate even thinking that far down the road with Jared Goff, but you got to start having the further we get to the end of this season, because I don't think Goff's going to go into next season without a contract.
Can't.
He's not going to play a one-off year.
No.
Maz was saying yesterday that the Lions could let him play next year, then franchise him.
Ooh. Let's see. How did that work out for the Ravens?
I mean, worked out for they ended up paying him.
Yeah, that's my point.
Exactly.
That's my point.
In the chat, let us know. And JB, can you throw up a poll?
Yeah.
Would you sign Goff for $50 million?
$50 million.
$50 million.
Say 50 plus million.
No, just 50. Come on, Lindsey, you're killing me here. Because we still got to pay Amon-Ra St. Brown. We still got to pay Penei Sewell. We still got to pay Decker. We still got to pay that whole offensive line. We still got to pay Hutchinson. We still got there's still a lot of money that goes out, and thank God the NFL has unlimited money. Salary caps matter, but look what the Rams did. Really doesn't matter if you want to sell out for a couple years.
Right.
It matters now to the Rams.
Yeah.
But good job, Rams, yesterday. They won yesterday, beating Seattle, so appreciate that.
But look.
Where was that last year?
But the thing about it, man, that's not Goff's problem, that the Lions have to sign everybody. That's not his problem. His problem is, hey, I'm doing what needs to be done. I'm winning games. I'm playing my best. I need to be rewarded. Pay the man.
Pay him his money.
Yep. Pay the man.
And he's earned it, and I'm so happy that he's earned it. Like, since he got traded to Detroit, I have been on the Goff bandwagon. I have been one of the lone supporters here at the Woodward Sports Network of just trying to calm people down and letting them know, like, hey, if I was to tell you I'm going to give you a number 1 overall pick, the guy's been to a Super Bowl, he's only 26 years old, you would take that every single time.
It's a no-brainer.
Exactly. So when he got here, I was like, why are we throwing this guy out already? Like, what's the point of that? Let's kick the tires. And my God, I'm glad they kicked the tires.
Hey, we need to get new T-shirts printed up. Pay the man.
Pay the man. Pay
with
Goff.
With Goff underneath.
You need Goff for insurance on your team, and you just need insurance in life. I don't have the Swiss Live read up here, so we're just doing it off the cuff, baby. Swiss is where you need to go. They got all your insurance for you: life insurance, health insurance, car insurance, boat insurance, Goff insurance. You go get it at Swiss right now.
They're going to need that one.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
The holiday season is here, and you know what everybody wants? Stuff from Woodward Sports. You can go to woodwardsports.com right now. Click on the shop, and you can get all the merch. There's great designs for Jared Goff. There's great designs for J-Mo. There's great designs for Amon-Ra St. Brown, Dan Campbell. You want all that gear? Go to woodwardsports.com right now /shop. Gentry? You good? What? Are we live?
Yes, we're
Gentry
live.
didn't play music. You got one job. Let's play the music when we come back so we know we're back.
Sticks, you have to get used to, hey, listen, Sticks, I don't know what you're expecting. You just have to.
I haven't been around for a couple months.
Yeah, man. You did.
I was told things would improve.
Look, man.
And it hasn't. We don't have a monitor here. We're not letting anybody hear the music or hear our conversation.
This is what we do. Hey, man, we work out.
Do I got to come back full time?
We work out out of the dirt, the mud. We get it out the mud on this show.
Like, I got that our first couple years, right? We're 3 years old now. We're a toddler. We should at least be walking.
We get it out the mud.
Like, being the gritty, grindy, hey,
Big
we're in the
D
streets,
energy,
guys.
we get it out the mud.
Thank you for the music coming back, Michael Gentry. We appreciate that.
I don't know why I think that music is what's the artist's name? Shape of You. Why did they
Ed Sheeran?
Yeah, every time I hear the ding ding, I'm like, oh.
Play it again, Gentry, and I'll have you know.
See, it fools me
a little bit. You can hear it a little bit. I'll have you know, I put all of that audio on that board 3 years ago, and we have not updated it since. So welcome to Woodward Sports.
Dang, Sticks, don't call them to the carpet like that. Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, you don't want to know the checklist I can run through right now.
Sticks said I put that on 3 years ago, and we're still playing
the
theme from the Rugrats. We're still playing that.
The unlicensed Rugrats theme we get to play. Welcome to Big D Energy. My name is Stick, filling in for Neil Rule. That is Lindsey Hunter. We are live at Feldman in Novi. Chevy here. They got a ton of great vehicles for you, including the Vet that's behind me. This gray, slick thing. I think it's about $100K, but my God, worth every penny. You know what they say? You can live in your car, but you can't drive your house. So I would pay $100K to live in this car.
I like that motto.
That's, how often do you drive your house over to a chick's house? Never. So it's worth the investment, fellas.
Yeah, Feldman has got some money out of me.
Hey, man.
He's probably going to get some more because my son
honestly
kicking us about vets.
This is my favorite vet design in years.
It's the best, man.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Got a little cheesy in the early 2000s.
It competes with all of the super muscle cars, with the Ferraris. It competes with the Lambos. It has the look that can sit anywhere, and it has the power that can sit anywhere too, buddy. Yeah. I drove one. It was crazy. You got to get the Z06, though. Z06 costs you about close to $200, but it's worth it.
Sorry. Got lost in the sauce.
That's okay.
I just envision myself driving that thing down the lodge at like 3 in the morning going 800 miles an hour. That's we on the lodge with it. Let's go,
dude. I had a 575 Maranello going down the lodge one night about 3.
Yeah, I had a 96 Jeep Cherokee going down the lodge at like 110.
Oh, dude.
God love the lodge. One of the greatest freeways in America.
Ever. We're doing it on the lodge.
Yeah,
shout out.
Yeah.
Remember that song? We're doing it on the lodge.
We on the lodge with it.
Yeah.
I went to University of Detroit, so we were right off the lodge and shooting downtown, going to Canada back in the day. It was great times. Gotta love this city, and gotta love what the Detroit Lions are providing this city with. I mean, I woke up today. The Lions are 8-2, first time in 61 years. It's a young team. It's a growing team. We're watching them grow game by game. We're watching them figure it out game by game. And it almost seems like their learning curve has been expedited. I feel like that. Yes. It was a slow start with Dan Campbell, But now I feel like it's leaps and bounds every single week of learning something new, winning in a new way, and getting a better understanding of what this culture really is now, because it's all new to us. I'm not used to having a winning football team. I'm not. It's weird.
Well, you can tell a lot of people aren't used to having a winning football team because they still keep – there's still doubters out here. There are still doubters out here who think that, I don't know what else to tell them, though. 8-2 means something. That means something, I forgot what coach said. You are what your record says you are.
Yeah.
They're 8-2. That means they're one of the best teams in the NFL. I don't care how you shake it up. And they've won games in a style and a way consistently that you can tangibly say this is a good football team. Unlike the Vikings last year. I watched the Vikings last year, and I was telling everybody they suck.
Fraudulent.
And people were like, "Oh, Lindsey, they've won 12 games." I was like, "They were the most. It was the 12 fraudulent wins I've ever seen in my life."
Right.
Remember they won every game by 3 points or something. Like they were just. It was crazy.
Yeah, they won every one-score game that they were. Yeah, and it's funny you bring that up because I was literally thinking specifically that thought on the way here this morning. It's like the Lions just pulled out 2 wins. They squeaked out 2 wins, and I had the same vision of the Vikings last year as you did. I thought they were frauds. I thought there's no way you can continue this. And I'm like, so why do I feel better about the Lions doing the same thing the past 2 weeks? And I rationalized to myself that we've seen beatdowns this year too.
Yes.
Right? These have just been games where they've had to figure it out. Now, if it's this way the rest of the way, I'm going to be a little bit worried. But I have faith that they're going to get back on track and get some more 30-point wins coming up.
Well, I don't even think it's the matter of how – I don't think it matters how many points they win by. I just look at how they win.
Right.
I think that means more how they win. What type of game did they play to win the game?
Okay.
Watching the Vikings, man, they just look fraudulent across the board to me. Now Justin Jefferson is a phenomenal receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I just was never sold on their quarterback either. I think he's like one of those. He's one of those guys that puts up numbers. He's going to get this. He's going to get his numbers.
Yep.
He's going to throw the ball. He can throw the ball, but when it counts,
yeah, he had the one moment with Washington.
You like that?
You like that. And he's kind of banked off that.
Yeah, we didn't like it. Yeah, we didn't like it, buddy. Nobody liked it.
Yeah, what do you think about the Vikings now? Obviously, them losing yesterday, because we had talks when I filled in 2 weeks ago with Flannel Sam. He was like, "Are you worried about the Vikings?" I'm like, "I'm not worried about the damn Vikings." But then all of a sudden they win 2 more games. I'm like, maybe Flannel Sam was right, but then they go back to being the Vikings. I'm like, it's a Flannel Sam take, so this is probably off anyway.
Why did you even doubt it that Flannel said
Blind
something
squirrel.
asinine like that? Oh, you're worried about the Vikings? Flannel.
The blind squirrel theory. They'll find a nut. They'll find one, right? Broken clock. It's right twice a day.
Yeah, Flannel's the blind squirrel. Hey, but listen, I you know what? I take my hat off to Joshua Dobbs. I'm a big fan of his.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan
How
of
can
that.
you not?
That dude, man.
It's a Disney movie. It's a walking Disney movie.
Dude, to be traded during the season.
4 times?
Yes. and having to play. It's just not, I'm traded as an insurance policy. Oh, yeah, you were, but now you're a starter.
Right.
And to perform. I'm shocked, and it may happen for him because he's still young.
Mm-hmm.
Someone may grab this kid and say, you know what? Let's put him behind center. Let's give him a year and see if he's really can be a franchise quarterback, because he hasn't had the opportunity to fully study the playbook and fully go through training camp with one team. Because this guy, man, we know he's an aeronautical engineer.
Yep.
So he has the mind.
He reminds me a little bit of Fitzpatrick.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Not skill set and how they play.
No, but Fitz was good. But
he was a guy that bounced around franchises, and they kept trying to give him that starting role, but he could just never really take control of it.
Yeah, but he's made a great career out of it.
Oh, and he's a Harvard guy, smart guy,
cerebral, all that.
Fitzmagic.
Oh,
that's a great
remember
commercial.
that. And then the beard. But then, I don't see him like that. I think he has more to him than that. I think he has more substance than Fitzmagic.
That play yesterday when he fought off the guy that was sacking him, and he was able to keep his strength and then just dump it to Hawkinson.
I think he beat Alabama one year at Tennessee.
I can see that.
I think he did. I'm not sure. I think he beat Alabama one year when they were the Alabama.
So are you worried about anybody in the division at this point?
No.
No one.
You worried about Justin Love?
Jordan Love?
Jordan, whatever his name is.
Buddy Love?
Yeah.
I'm not worried, but as a Lions fan, I'm cautious. You know, like I don't take anybody lightly in the NFL.
You respect everybody.
Yes.
But come on.
Jordan Love threw for over 300 yards yesterday. His first 300-yard game, couple touchdowns.
We said he's
Romeo Dobbs.
He's a legit
looks
starter.
to be a better wide receiver than Christian Watson, who they spent an earlier draft pick on. They got another rookie this year that they're getting the ball in space and using him. You know, like I don't want to give the Packers a ton of credit because I hate the Packers with a furious passion. But the reason I hate them is because they are a well-run organization who has whooped our ass up and down my entire life.
Well, that's just because they've always had franchise quarterbacks.
Yeah. Yeah, they went Favre to Rodgers.
Exactly.
I mean, that's pretty damn good.
Not many organizations transition that well.
I can name one other one, San Francisco.
Yeah, we transferred that well.
That's it?
Yeah.
You went Montana to Young. That's it?
That was a great.
That's it?
That's tough to do, man.
It's impossible to do. Look how many quarterbacks the Lions had to go through to find Stafford before Stafford. And then when Stafford left, look how many guys that they tried out, Blau and all those guys. And you look at the Chicago Bears. I mean, I think they've had 47 starting quarterbacks in their last 42 games.
And they've almost killed all of them.
Exactly. But it's so hard to find that pure starter that stays healthy and will be with you the entire time. The Packers fans are so... It's got to be so nice to be them, but now we're going to find out if they're real fans, right? Lions fans are real fans because we were fans when the team wasn't winning. Packers fans have only known success. We're going to see how big of fans they are when that hits the fan, right?
Right. This dude put on here, Jimmy G to Trey Lance. Go eat some cow manure, dude.
Jimmy G to Trey Lance.
It sucks. Jimmy G sucked, and so did Trey Lance.
Yeah, well, you know what doesn't suck? Getting that fitness in. You into fitness? How about Planet Fitness? There we go. That's a judgment-free zone. They got them all over Metro Detroit, and it's only $10 to join. Listen, the holidays are here. You're going to be packing on the pounds, eating the turkey, eating the meals. Already got all that Halloween candy in you. So let's go. Let's stay in shape before the new year. Go with the Lions. Work out like Dan Campbell at Planet Fitness.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Let's talk about outdoor equipment, the official equipment provider for Woodward Sports, Michigan-grown and family-owned. They got those bad boy mowers. They got tractors. They got even weed whippers or weed whackers. Or what did you call them, Lindsey?
Weed eaters.
Weed eaters. Whatever you call them, Outdoor has them. You can go pick them up today. They deliver to your doorstep. Go to OutdoorEquipmentCo.com right now and get your weed something or others. Welcome back to Big D Energy, live from Feldman in Novi. Beautiful day, Victory Monday, celebrating the Lions, celebrating Dan Campbell, celebrating Jared Goff, celebrating David Montgomery. We haven't really talked about the backfield too much for the Detroit Lions, and the game yesterday was the first game really that we got to see the full package. We got to see the full Monty, if you will.
The full Monty.
And you got Montgomery and Gibbs playing at full strength, looking good, some wrinkles, but Montgomery scoring that final touchdown against the team that didn't want you. Is there anything more poetic in sports than when you can come back and bite a team in the ass? This used to happen to the Lions all the time. Remember Amir Abdullah? His only 2 touchdowns of the season for the Vikings were against the Detroit Lions. Like, those things tend to happen to the Lions a lot. It was sure nice to take somebody else's toy and shove it right up their ass.
Poetic justice.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that feeling right there. It's like I remember when I was with the Pistons and we were playing the Lakers in the finals. Because, I'd won a chip with the Lakers. And then we get to face them in the finals, and we were sitting there, and they were like, everybody in the world, including our own fan base, thought we were going to lose.
Not this guy.
I was waiting on you to say
Lindsey, I'll have you know. I'll have you know that 2004 team, I was there at the Townsend getting the police called on me by the Lakers because we were keeping them up all night.
Dude, we heard about that. They were like, dude, their fans are hurt.
I was there. It's when I worked for 93.1 DRQ back in the day, and we led people like we talked about in the morning. I'm like, we're meeting up on the parking garage right by the Townsend, and we were there, man. While you guys were away in L.A., they let us host the in-arena viewing of the game, and me and Jason, the 300-pound intern, were on the mics getting the crowd hype. Like, I never for a minute did I doubt that you wouldn't beat those prima donnas' asses.
Serious. You were one of few.
Yeah, but this is when it pays off, right? Because now I'm sitting here 20 years later talking to Lindsey Hunter about how I believed instead of, I doubted your ass too.
I know. And then, because I was really, really cool with Shaq, really cool with Kobe. A couple other guys I didn't care for, but me and Robert were really cool. Me and Rick Fox, I didn't really care for him much. But anyway, I remember
Hollywood Rick Fox.
Yeah, I remember beating them. So we split in L.A. And then we saw Rick Fox being interviewed, and he was like, "Yeah, we'll go pop champagne in Detroit." Like they were gonna beat us at home. Like he said that. Like, yeah, we'll go pop and celebrate in Detroit, and then we'll fly back to L.A. and party. We were like, what the hell is he talking about? He's going to party with us?
Yeah.
Because no, he's not invited.
And the fact that confidence came after a game, too, that they shouldn't have even won. Right. Let's go back. Larry Brown makes very few mistakes, but not following Kobe with 3 points left.
Dude, he fussed at me.
He fussed at Did he tell you not to foul in that?
No, listen, no, I wasn't in the game.
Okay.
So we come and he was like, he looked at me and was like, why weren't you in the game?
You're the coach.
Right. I looked at him like, I didn't know we could check ourselves in. Okay, next time I will.
Who would you have subbed out?
Chauncey. Chauncey my guy, dog, but Chauncey couldn't guard anybody, bro.
Yeah, but the arrogance that those guys had, and how much did it feel good to get? Was it really revenge on them, or just like I want to beat my brothers?
I wanted to beat the shit out of them. Like I wanted to, and you know I had much love for Shaq and Kobe, but I wanted to destroy them, which we did.
Yeah,
which we had.
You demoralized them.
And honestly,
Karl Malone quit.
Sticks. Here's the deal.
Karl Malone quit.
Yeah, Rasheed made him quit.
He
couldn't
quit.
guard Sheed.
He quit.
Listen,
Luke Walton took over. Sorry.
Well, they had Slava Medvedenko.
But Luke Walton had the good game, too. He was the only reason they won that game.
Dude, story, so Slava was giving me a ride to the airport one time. Listen to this, dude. So, you know, he's like playing this Russian rap or whatever it was. And I'm sitting in his car, dude, and he's driving obsessively fast. We're in an Audi.
This is how they do it in Serbia.
And I'm sitting there like looking at this dude. He's like, he's looking at me like trying to see if I like his music. And I'm like, I don't like your music and I don't like your driving. Slow down, buddy.
Yep.
Oh, we're fighting.
We're fighting.
Dude, he's running lights, flying. We're doing 80 on Sepulveda. You know how crowded Sepulveda is?
I have no clue.
Dude, it's like one of the busiest streets there. near El Segundo. We're flying. Dude, I got out the car. I was like, I'm never riding with you ever again, dude. Just because you are not from the United States, you have to obey the traffic laws. Like that. But, dude, this is what he would do if he got in trouble. Even when he got in trouble with Phil, pretend like he didn't understand English. Phil would fuss at him, he'd go.
It's a great card to play if you can play it.
He did it all the time.
I would play it.
And Phil cursed him out. Slava, I know you fucking understand me. He would go, I don't understand.
We'll speak.
I love that, man. That was funny, man. But I never.
So you wanted that revenge against the Lakers?
I wanted to murder them, dude. And we knew. We were sitting in the dang steam room before the series started talking, and Eldon Campbell, myself, Ben, Soup, and we were like, we're gonna sweep these guys. They can't beat us. Like we're deeper. We have more. We're just better. Like they have Shaq and Kobe. That's it. Those you get those two matchups.
We got Ben who can one-on-one Shaq.
Our whole plan was, look, and Ben was like, hey guys, I'm gonna guard him. I don't want any help. But you guys cannot allow those other guys to get off. Like I'm gonna sacrifice my life.
I'm gonna take elbows to the face repeatedly.
Dude, listen, man.
Yeah.
After game, people don't even realize. After games, Ben would go sit down and just get himself together because, dude, Shaq was leaning on him. One time we were running back on defense, and I didn't see Ben. Ben was behind him, trying to hold him up. And I'm running back like, somebody got to get back.
Ben's like, I'm here.
Ben looks over like, I'm back here. And we're like, holy shit. But he took a beating, man. And dude, he would be so exhausted after those games. Like, I'm like, dude, just let him sit down. Like, don't even practice.
Yeah.
Like, we stopped practicing.
That guy was such a warrior. Such a warrior.
Dude, that's why I like the ultimate respect for him, like watching what he did. People don't even get it. Like, Ben's like barely 6'6", 6'7". Like,
right.
And to guard Shaq one-on-one?
It can't be done.
No, nobody can ever stop Shaq.
It can't be done, right.
But our whole plan was let those two get 30 apiece. And, we're going to walk through this thing.
Yeah. And Luke Walton can get his 4, and we'll beat him, 65-64. But that feeling that professional athletes have to get back at their team, how do you think David Montgomery, because at the last play of the game I was saying, let's sneak it with Goff. We're on the half-yard line, sneak it with Goff. I don't even want the exchange. I don't want any risk of exchange or anything like that. I didn't like that they went from the shotgun because I hate when you're a half yard away to now you're 5 yards away because you went from the shotgun. I don't like that philosophy. It worked, but Booner brought up a great point. He's like, you hand this ball to Montgomery. Because there is no way in hell David Montgomery was going to let any Bears player take away his glory yesterday.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, of course I'm a Gibbs guy, but, hey, Montgomery, he runs between the tackles better than anybody.
Yeah.
He does, and you knew he's going to put his head down and smash mouth right into the end zone, and he did. It wasn't even that tough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It ran right through him.
And that's why we were talking about how Hutchinson got the game ball. I think Demont should have gotten the game ball. Like, hey, you beat your old team. You got the winning touchdown. You're the player of the game. But, hey, what Aiden Hutchinson did on that last play to get the safety, the strip sack fumble safety, is what everybody's been screaming for Aiden Hutchinson for the past couple weeks.
Dude, but people, I don't know. I guess people think these guys are like supermen all the time. Like, sometimes they go through stages of being ineffective. I'm not going to say ineffective. Not as effective as everybody thinks they should be. Like, oh, he should be getting a sack every other play. Well, dude, no. The other team knows that he's great.
Right.
They're going to do things. They're going to scheme things to make it difficult for him. So don't think that, we need another pass rusher on the other side. Doesn't matter, dude. Sometimes things don't work out the way you think they are going to work out. Right. But then you still figure out ways to be effective, and he did. At the biggest moment of the game, he came out and got a strip sack safety.
That's the important part of this all. Big players make big plays in big moments.
Right.
And we can, and you know what? Aiden Hutchinson yesterday was just a microcosm for the entire Lions game, right? Didn't show up till he had to.
Right.
And when he showed up in a very, very big way.
Right.
I think this gets him off the schneid, though, because sometimes it's all about getting in that rhythm, too, and, that frustration of you're thinking, am I ever going to get to the quarterback? Am I ever going to get to it? And then it just starts coming natural. But I think a mistake a lot of fans make, to your point, is watching a guy like Max Crosby, watching other players and seeing the highlights, but not realizing it took him 50 plays to get that one sack, right? Like, you saw the sack. That did happen. But there were also 49 other plays he didn't get there, right? So let's dial it back a little bit.
But we're in the time and era of highlights.
Yes,
Everybody
instant gratification.
Yeah, everybody watches highlights and thinks this is how it goes. Watch the entire game, okay?
Yep.
Watch everything that goes on, not just the highlights.
Yeah.
But that's what everybody gets caught up in. So.
I think it was a big moment for Hutch yesterday, though, and I think that in a lot of ways that final 4 minutes could be a turning point for two major players on the Lions team, and that's Jameson Williams and Hutchinson.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. I just want people to lay off J-Mo because, dude, the Lions are winning. Be happy about that. You can afford to bring him. You can afford to bring him along.
Anson
at a pace where we're not totally dependent upon him catching 8 passes.
We're rich.
Right.
We're rich right now, right?
Yeah.
This is where I want to look at. Listen, we got 7 cars in our garage right now. We don't have to drive the Ferrari every day. We don't have to take out the Ferrari for needless stuff. You know what? Sometimes we'll hand it to our Hummer, our big guy. We'll hand it to the Chevy Blazer. You don't always need to take that car out. And when you do, ride the hell out of it. And that's what's going to happen with J-Mo. We got a live read to get to. Tell them about Premier Pet Supply. They got to turn the mic. Damn it, Gentry.
I got you. When it comes to your pet, don't settle.
Hey.
Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years with 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food, lowest prices, and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. Remember, check them out online today at premierpetsupply.com.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
You know what yesterday was? It was a glorious win. And there's only one way to celebrate with that ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll. It's called Glorious. Go to gloriouscanna.com today or find them at Dispo for 25% off. Check them out online, like I said, at gloriouscanna.com. It's gassy, aggressive, gassy and aggressive, just like me after chili. Go get it. Good job. Good job, Gentry. Killing it over there on the ones and twos. Welcome back to Big D Energy. We are live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. Beautiful location here. Feldman has locations all over the place, but they do such a good job here at Novi. So if you're ever looking for a new car, wanting to see what you can get on a trade-in for yours, slide on down. The beautiful people here will take care of you. And I got to let you know, there's a ton of Lions fans here, man. Even when the Lions were losing and we were doing broadcasts from here, these guys were engaged. They wanted to talk about the Lions. So I love all these guys here at Feldman. So make sure you stop by and get your new car today. We got 2 segments left in the show, Lindsey. It's been a great show. It's
really
been a victory. It's been a victory Monday.
Would have been really great. We could get our theme music playing on time.
Yeah, there's that. There's another sports team in town that's playing right now, though. And
who's that?
We kind of got to talk about them.
Red Wings?
The Red Wings are playing. Yep. We don't talk about them much. Gentry is here. He's our Red Wings insider, so we can talk about them.
Yeah, what's going on with the Red Wings,
Yeah,
buddy?
actually, let's do this. Let's split up this segment because I don't want to spend 7.5 minutes on the Pistons.
Why not?
Because I don't know what to say for 7.5 minutes. I mean, we could talk a lot about them, I guess.
Exactly.
But, Gentry, what's going on in the world of the Detroit Red Wings right now? And then we'll get back to some Lions football.
Obviously, they just they're coming back from Sweden. They only get 1 point out of that road trip, which is pretty bad. I mean, the first game to Ottawa, you lose in overtime in some bad fashion with Reimer ducking out of the way. But overall, it was just a pretty poor defensive trip over there, and I don't think the team's happy about coming away with 1 point. And then you face a Devils team this Wednesday that is very, very good offensively, so it's going to be another test for the defense. So the Red Wings, they're going through it right now. They do have to make some minor adjustments, but hopefully they can get some youth on that defensive end, maybe some changes with the lineup, but not looking so good as of now. But a little bit better than Lindsey's Pistons, I'll say that.
There we go. All right. Now let's, you know what? We're not going to do 7.5 on each. Let's do like 70 seconds on each and then get back to some Lions football, baby, because it's Victory Monday. Lindsey, what the hell's going on with the Pistons? 11 losses in a row. The team looks like it's descending, not ascending. It seems to me that Monty isn't getting along with all the players or isn't using them. And it's way too early to judge Monty, but we're starting to judge Monty, right? I mean, don't you think?
That's the nature of the business.
Right.
You know,
he's getting paid. He's cashing his check, so you're going to be held accountable.
That's the nature of the business. Man, gosh, it's hard to put your finger directly on what's going on because it seems that like Monty's playing guys, like some guys will play a lot one game and then the next game he won't. One guy will play a half and then the next half he sits. It's like Russian roulette right now, and I don't know, maybe it'll get better when we get Bogey back and everybody's healthy.
Okay.
Monte Morris is still out. I don't know when he'll ever come back.
Okay.
It's just a cluster right now, and it seems like we're just trying lineups. And, Wiseman played really well when we saw him play last game. He was super efficient,
Well, we talked the last time I was on with you. Like, Sasser has a game where he gets your team back in it, takes the lead, and then you don't see him for the last 4 minutes of the game, and Cade turns the ball over 7 times. Like, me and Kool-Aid were talking yesterday after the Lions game because Kool-Aid was there, and he's frustrated because he's like me. He's a blind, diehard Pistons guy, and he says, it's a rebuild. Troy just got here 4 years ago. I'm like, this has been a 20-year rebuild. He's like, well, no, before Troy got here, they made the playoffs with old teams. They weren't rebuilding at that time. I'm like, okay, that we can call that a retool. However we want to say it, it's taken them 20 years to get back to be relevant. And I thought last year Jaden Ivey took a jump. This year, now he's back on the bench. I thought last year, there were some things, positive things you could take away. You thought you were going to add Cade this year, but they're not getting better, period.
Yeah, and hopefully this is just, the beginning of the season experiment that Monty's trying to find guys that will do what is expected from him.
Yeah.
I truly believe that
I don't like that. I don't like that. I love coaches that can take the talent and coach around their talent. I don't like coaches that can only coach if they have their pieces.
I know.
That's what scares me.
And I'm not going to say that Monty's like that. I'm just from the outside looking in, and I'm just saying that because I'm watching and I'm hearing things like, Jaden Ivey has to be a better defender.
Okay, fair.
I'm.
But Monty just had Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Ayton. This is not an upgrade for him, so I don't know why we expected it to get better.
But, and schematically, I believed.
I love how cautious you're being.
Schematically, I believed that
Me personally.
Monty's system that he was going to incorporate primarily defensively would make us a better team, just from a defensive standpoint.
And I'm okay with growing pains. I just need to see growth. I just can't have pains
without growth.
Yeah, because right now all I have is pain.
Right.
11 losses in a row. I want to talk to people about the Pistons. I want to be excited about them, but they're giving me nothing.
Yeah, it's tough right now. And I'm watching. I think Duran is living up to his. He's over expectations right now. He's ahead of the game. He's one, but he's hurt. He's always hurt. I'm like, dang, what happened? Ankle.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we get,
best ability is availability.
I know, man. And I don't know, man. It's tough to put a finger on it right now. I'll be down there tonight, and I have to call the game. I have to do the pregame. And I picked them to make the playoffs. I picked the Pistons to be fighting for an 8th seed.
Yeah. I expected at least a play-in potential.
Right. So that means they're going to have to hover around 500.
Now they got to hover around like 600, 700 to get there. And that's not going to happen. They're not just going to magically, they got blown out by bad teams. It's one thing to get blown out by the champs.
Stick, you're killing me.
It's okay. Well, Gentry,
that's okay.
You got a smile on your face. What's going on over there?
Oh, no, I was just laughing because me and Lindsey have a little bet in on this Pistons.
Oh, what's the bet? What's the bet?
I said the Pistons were going to make the playoffs.
And that's the bet? It's not like Red Wings versus Pistons bet?
No,
oh, okay.
Oh, no, straight up Pistons bet. And I just
what does winner get?
$100.
Oh, all right. It's not bad.
He didn't want to bet more. He could have won.
I could have won more.
He could have won more. I told him to make it easy on himself. He got scared. I talked him out of it.
See, whenever you're betting a rich person like Lindsey, you always got to be like, all right, but my $1's worth 10 of yours. So I'll put in 100, but you need to give me back 1,000. So we can do ratioed bank accounts on this.
Listen, but I'm still optimistic. Let's put it that way. I'm still optimistic.
A playoff berth?
Play-in.
Okay.
They just need to go on a run or two,
Yeah.
Or 3.
Yeah. Or 3.
Yeah.
Maybe 4.
Yeah, they just need to win out 11 in a row to balance out and get to 500.
I just, what scares me, this is the only thing that scares me, is I'm still looking and I'm not seeing an identity.
Yeah.
That freaks me out when I watch basketball.
And I'm not seeing that star player we can build around. That's what's scaring me.
Ooh, don't talk about that. I was talking about that with somebody. Oh, it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, Cade's supposed to be that guy.
Stop it. Don't say it.
He is. I believed he was. He was the #1 overall draft pick. I'm not calling him a bust. But when Kool-Aid and I were talking yesterday, he's like, no, you got to remember the Bad Boys rebuild. They drafted Isaiah Thomas. It took him 2 years to get good. I was like, but you could see Isaiah was that guy from day one.
That's not ever.
I don't see
said that
that
to you?
guy.
Who said that?
Kool-Aid, and he's very knowledgeable about basketball. Detroit Kool-Aid, our basketball guy, our Pistons beat writer.
I'm going to have a conversation with Kool-Aid.
Please do, because that's what I tried to explain to him. Like, listen, you're right. The timeline is good for Cade. But you know what? When Isaiah took that court, that was his team.
Dude.
He was unstoppable.
But here's the thing. There are players that are called generational talents.
Right. Top 50 all-time NBA.
Yeah. Second greatest, arguably the second greatest point guard ever.
And you could argue top if you really wanted to.
Well, he's definitely
pound for pound.
He's definitely 6 foot, the best 6 foot under guard ever.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn. I love Allen Iverson. He's not Isaiah Thomas.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Isaiah Thomas was that guy. So when you're talking about comparing, like, oh, they drafted, Cade, Isaiah. No, don't do that. Don't ever do that. And I love Cade. I think Cade is an extremely talented player, and I'm hoping that he's that #1 guy that.
That's tough. That's what
we got to go to break. We got to go to break.
But before we go, but that's what Kool-Aid was saying. He's like, we need that #2 guy. I was like, you can't have a #2 till you get a #1.
Oh, that hurt.
You can't.
Oh, that hurt me.
You don't have just like if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have 1 quarterback.
Oh, that leaves a mark.
But a place that you could have a good time, Hamlin Pub. If you ever wanted a bar where you are a regular, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, that is Hamlin Pub, 7 locations. Experience where everyone is a regular and enjoy Woodward Sports. We'll do some post-game shows from there every once once in a while on Sunday.
I need a drink after that take.
sorry, Lindsey. And I know you got other obligations too. So being on camera with me probably hinders those things.
No, nothing at all. Go ahead, finish that.
Yeah, experience your new favorite pub. All things sports. Hamlin Pub. Go Pitt.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Feldman Chevrolet. That is where we are right now in Novi. And if you're in the area, come swing on by. We'd love to talk to you. Love to share some hot takes with you. And they got the hot deals here at Feldman, the #1 Chevy dealer in Detroit. They got 18 locations. So if you're not near Novi, they got one near you. And they've been here since 1996. Shout out to Jay Feldman and the entire Feldman crew, first of all, for having us, but also giving great deals to all of Metro Detroit. Feldman Chevrolet. Gentry.
We got music!
Boy! All right, last segment of the show. JB, why don't you look for some questions in the chat? We can do that.
Yeah, but we still need to talk more Pistons, man.
You really want to talk more Pistons right now?
Yeah, man. I think
it's a Victory Monday. Can we talk Lions? We talk Pistons.
We talk Lions. I still... Dude, we got to talk about this.
The Pistons need a victory before we can talk about them on Victory Monday.
Yeah, I mean, this is a precursor to a victory tonight. Maybe that's what that is. Today will be Victory Monday for the Pistons. Yeah, but we talked about something off the air.
Okay. You want to bring that to the air?
I think we need to. I think it needs to be talked about because I think I want to know what the chat thinks about that too.
Okay.
I want to know if the chat thinks that Cade Cunningham is a bona fide #1.
I mean, they were still torn on paying Jared Goff. It was about 50-50 when we did that poll. So I don't know. I did when they drafted him.
But one thing about basketball, people don't mind basketball players getting paid.
Yeah.
You don't hear people talk about basketball players because, dude, people get paid in basketball that you don't even know. They're like, dude, who's this guy? You got $80 million?
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks got $80 million, bro.
It's weird when the 12th man's making $50 million. Like, basketball has some weird, like, mid-level exceptions and stuff like that. It's like, wait, this guy shouldn't even be in the league, but because he's a vet, he's making, like, what?
Look, dude, I love, what's his name? The little guard. Oh, God, I keep forgetting his name. He has a good little podcast, too.
Rashad Phillips?
No, Shotty's my guy, too. Dang, what's it? The defender. He's always messing with people. Played with the Lakers last year. Remember he was jumping on the table like the Timberwolves that won the championship when they got into the playoffs.
Dylan Brooks?
He was jumping on the scores table for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Who? Pat Bev.
Oh, Pat Beverly. Oh, God.
Dude, I love Pat Bev. You know, Pat Bev was a defender, dirty word guy. Pat Bev was making $16 million last year.
Hey, man.
He was averaging like 3 points.
That is the weird thing about the NBA. But you're only paying 12 dudes.
I know. No, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, Everybody should get paid. You get a meal. You get a meal. You get 60.
And it's guaranteed money.
And it's guaranteed.
That's what's like messed up about the NFL. The most physical, you're gonna get hurt.
But
we ain't guaranteed you shit.
You gotta understand too, it's a numbers thing too, because NFL
50.
has so many players.
Yeah, it's 50.
How 52. Can you guarantee all those contracts? You can't do that. I mean, the league probably could. I'm not gonna say
they make enough.
Exactly.
They make
they
enough.
Could, but their union sucks, so their union won't.
And they
fight
got
for
baseball with no salary cap. It's like, oh, the Tigers used to be awesome. Yeah, they were spending $200 million a year. Oh, the Tigers suck now. Yeah, we're spending about $60 million a year. That's what's going to happen.
Baseball has the greatest union ever.
Dude,
because if one thing don't go right, oh, we're done.
Yep.
We're done.
And they've taken years off.
Yes.
Like, you know what? We're fine. But that's also why the sport's dying, and it's one of my favorite sports. And I'm a fan, but I understand younger generations don't give a shit about baseball.
No,
it's tough. It's tough.
Well, they have their marketing is horrible too.
Yeah, the pitch clock helped though. The pitch clock did help. JB, we got anything from the chat? Any questions? Any comments? Anything you want to talk about today?
We did. Let me see. I have to go back and find out. I believe it was Let's Go Red Wing Sparty said, if the Pistons end up under 20 wins, it's the time to get rid of Troy.
No. It's tough to start over again, you know? That's my point.
But would you be starting over?
I mean, you would have some – you're no better off than when you hired Troy, I guess. Do you think?
You said you do what now?
You're no better off right now than when you hired Troy, right? Like, if the next guy's not inheriting anything better than Troy. Well, maybe a little better salary cap situation. I don't know, man. That's a tough question. It's not for me to answer. That's Tom Gore's. Lindsey can't comment. Next question. Lindsey works for the Pistons still,
I was
guys.
reading Brandon Katz.
Oh, God. Why do you get why do you let that
comments? He's sitting here talking. And this is why I know he's not a lawyer. He's talking about that's a bad take by Lindsey. It makes no difference if contracts are guaranteed or not. It does make a difference, you dingleberry. What are you talking about?
Just called him a dingleberry. Of all things, that's when you know we're live on location. Because I know you wanted to say something a little more fierce, but Dingleberry came out. Yeah, I don't know, man. That guy's been trolling all game. I appreciate him.
He's talking about it doesn't matter. It does matter. Guaranteed contracts matter. It matters, dude.
Yep.
That means you're on the hook. That means the team is on the hook. Salary caps matter. Okay? That's why I know you're not a lawyer. You're a fake lawyer.
And you're a
fake lawyer. Fake lawyer. Fake lawyer.
Well, you know, one time when we're in the studio, we should have Brandon Katz V-Mix in.
No, we shouldn't.
Yeah, no, I want to see what this guy's like in real life.
I don't know.
Because I think Katz has been around since the inception of Woodward Sports. Like, this dude's been here a while. That doesn't mean he knows anything, but it just means he's been here.
Dude, he says the NFL contracts aren't usually fully guaranteed, means the NFL owners are willing to pay players more money. What? This guy can't be a lawyer. And if he is a lawyer, he's a bad one. All of his clients are either in jail or broke.
So advertise with us, Brandon Katz. We'll get you lots of clients. Oh, man. It's been.
Maybe he meant he's studying law.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
Like he's 50 now and he's still studying law.
Or he's just watching a show that's
Law and Order.
Like Law and Order. Yeah. He just stands there with his gavel and like slams it. Objection! Objection!
Or he's a big fan of Suits. I'm a big fan of Suits.
Let's get to the last final comments. What time is it? How much time we got left today?
We still got 10 minutes.
We still got 10 minutes? I love that. All right, cool.
We didn't talk about the Cade thing. You didn't put a chart. You didn't put anything up for Cade situation.
Lindsey, we'll get to that. We'll get back to Cade. What's your final takeaway from yesterday, though? Because you're not on tomorrow, right?
No.
We can't continue that conversation.
I'll be on Friday.
I will not.
Neil's
back.
Oh, Neil's back?
Yeah, Neil's back.
Yeah, he'll be back talking crazy. He got mad at me because I said Purdy was better than Golf. I love it.
I mean, I'm not mad at you for saying that. I just don't understand why you're saying that.
Because I'm a Purdy guy.
Yeah,
you're I'm a Purdy flunky. Hey.
Hey, I mean, listen, I got a lot of respect for Brock Purdy.
If we look at the numbers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
His numbers are better.
Yeah, but as you spoke to earlier, the system you go to matters as well.
No doubt, but still, those guys. There were other guys that played in that system.
Yeah,
their numbers weren't like that. That's my point.
Guys, they traded 3 first-round draft picks to get.
Exactly. Like, oh no, the system. Yeah, the system does matter, but you still have to execute in the system.
Yeah, Jimmy G looked a lot better for San Francisco though than he did.
But he still didn't look this good.
Right. No, Purdy. I will never bash Brock Purdy. I think what he's done, when you're Mr. Irrelevant and you can come in and do what you do, that's something special. And people who hate on that just means you don't like the San Francisco 49ers.
There you go.
You're not a fan of football.
I don't want you to like us anyway.
Yeah, I don't like the 49ers, but I can understand greatness when I see it.
Thank you. Boom. Man. See what I mean?
I like doing shows with Lindsey.
See what I mean?
This guy.
You don't have to look, just because I don't like your team, I can acknowledge that they're good, and I can acknowledge that you have ballers. You know what I mean? Some of the people around here on our wonderful network of Woodward Sports, I'm not going to call any names. Some of these people tend to think whatever in their screwed up minds, they come up with these numbers. Well, the numbers say that Herbert is the best quarterback of the double.
No.
Herbert hadn't won shit.
Yeah, wins and losses are good numbers to evaluate
that's
people.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but ironically, those people that stick to numbers don't think wins and losses matters.
Yeah.
And that's why people yesterday will look at Jared Goff's numbers and say that was a bad game, because it was. But also, you can say those were decent numbers because he threw for over 250 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And he got the dub.
That's all that to me, that's all that matters.
Get the dub.
I don't care. Get the W. Everything else is details.
Flannel.
We got to take a break?
Yeah, we got to break.
I thought this was the last segment.
No, we still got 10 minutes.
Awesome. Well, Lady Jane's, I need to get a haircut. That's why I keep wearing a hat on these shows, because my hair is like werewolf style on the back right now. If you need a haircut like me, make sure you go to Lady Jane's. They got locations all over Metro Detroit, and they even got one in Birmingham where our main studios are, so you can come watch a Woodward Sports Show live, hang out, grab some coffee, and to get your haircut and look beautiful. The holidays are coming up. You do not want to look like a shaggy dog in front of your family. Get your life together. Go to Lady Jane's.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists, and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Oh, yeah. Nothing. G-G-G-G-A. Oh, sorry, I forgot. There we go. Oh, cheers, buddy. I think we need to get you a pick.
When buying or selling real estate, flexibility and control over the sales process is key. Sellers, how would you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty? That is exactly what Mark White & Associates offers. It's called the minute-by-minute listing agreement by Mark White & Associates. Try Mark White's risk-free minute-to-minute listing agreement today. Looking to buy or sell real estate? Visit markwhitesales.com or give him a call at 248-290-8242. MarkWhiteSales.com, where flexibility meets success.
All right, final segment here live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. My name is Stick, filling in for Neil Rule, who will be back on Friday. This is Lindsey Hunter, filling in for Darren McCarty. And we have JB, who you just heard, and of course, the lovely, the sultry, the sexy, the softest hands at Woodward Sports. His name is Michael Gentry.
Soft hands Gentry.
Man, that's honestly, it's a compliment, dude. And I'm
Sticks. That's not a compliment.
Listen,
a soft hand man.
When this guy's taking care of himself, it must feel majestic. Mine feels like a lumberjack's going at it.
Soft hand man.
Not going to comment on that, but I do wash my hands a lot. That's all I'm going to say.
You got to do more than just wash the hands.
God.
So. What else do you do to those hands?
I really don't.
Really?
Just wash.
You don't soak them in palm olive?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, what's
not
that like? That
lotion.
That crap, that paraffin wax that people put their hands in at night. You don't do that?
Nope. And you're the only one that said that, so. But I appreciate that.
That's because people don't let you know. Like, if your house smells, I'm going to tell you your house smells, too. Like, just because people don't say stuff doesn't mean it's not happening.
I just never paid attention to it, like, how a person's hands feel.
Really?
Unless it's like a woman. If I shake a woman's hand and it's like.
It's like shaking Gentry's.
Oh, come on.
It's supple. It's got nice little long fingers. No, and honestly.
I actually do have small hands. So that's the exact opposite.
Yo!
But I'm telling you, the way I view it with Gentry is like, when you have a TV at home, it looks great up on your wall individually. Like, if I'm shaking Gentry's hand just one-on-one, never notice it. But when you go around a room full of guys like I did the other day, like, what up, what up, what up? And, like, this guy is like, oh, okay, all right. And then all of a sudden it's like, what is that magical feeling on my hand? God. Like, oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
So you're telling me if Gentry was hidden behind a wall and put his hand out.
Yes.
You would think that
if we did a glory hole with his hand, you would never know the difference. Ever.
JB.
JB, touch his hands. Touch his hands, JB.
Test it. Dap me up.
Soft hands. There's some
They're
soft hands.
soft?
See?
I don't know what to say. Man.
And there's nothing wrong with that, Gentry.
Dude, hey, no, dude. You need to do some manual labor. Go outside, grab some bricks, like do some push-ups on concrete.
No,
you need to.
do all that. Like, I play sports, but like I'm not doing
What sport?
manual
What
labor.
sport do you play? Hockey.
I played everything, and I played.
But hockey, they got the nice big comfy gloves. His hands.
Dude, you got to get some callus on those hands, dude. Some.
I've actually broken like 4 fingers.
Yeah, see, you got. We both look at there. Look.
Man hands.
Right.
Right.
I mean, I do.
No, dude.
Smell like cabbage.
No. Dude.
All right. Let's mailbag it.
Mailbag. What do we got from the mailbag, Gentry? You got the mic on.
Oh, God. Dude got soft hands.
Dude, it's amazing.
Cushion hands.
LG, Let's Go Red Wings Party said BMG soft hands like Datsuk.
There we go.
Told me to go ride a bike.
And what was the comment? It's Stick going to address all the things that Cardboard Stick said last week. I cannot be responsible for what comes out of Cardboard Stick's mouth. So whatever happens back at the studio with Cardboard Stick, it's off limits. I don't know.
Known that I'm the person that puts it on that chair every time.
Are you?
Yeah. I make sure we go to it.
Well, you guys came to my birthday party, and then Easy stole it from my house. Because you know what that thing's from? I was telling Lindsay. That's from during COVID, you could put a picture of yourself in Ford Field.
Yeah, they were saying you were so obsessed with your looks that you got a cutout of yourself.
Well, there's that, too.
That's what Gentry said.
You're a valuable member of the show.
No.
More days than not.
No, but during COVID, you could buy a big picture, and they put it in the stands at Ford Field so it looked like there were people there. And then after this season, they sent it back to you. That was the picture I sent.
Dude, I can't get past the fact that this dude got soft hands. I'm sitting here thinking,
Lindsay, get up and go shake his hands on camera. Or you come here.
Yeah,
you come here.
I'm just wondering, like, you never put anything together. You never, like.
Dude, I'm a dad. I do all that.
Do what?
Dad responsibility.
Is it from like
something together?
Is it
like,
from like the diaper lotions and stuff? Then maybe.
No, he doesn't wear diapers anymore.
But did you put together like swing sets and stuff or anything like that?
Not really a swing set.
Pays the extra $50 to have it assembled.
No, but. No,
come up here and touch Lindsey Hunter with those hands.
This frightens me. Yeah, I'm actually.
Come up here and caress Lindsey Hunter.
Don't do that. No.
We shake hands almost every day.
Oh God, it's weird.
Right now, shake hands with me.
Oh
See, like
God,
normal,
dude.
Like
You got to do something about that. That feels unnatural.
I don't think so. I think he's perfect the way he is.
No, dude, that feels unnatural. I didn't like that.
You don't like what it does to you internally. That's because it confuses us.
Yeah, get him out of here.
You're just jealous?
I don't like that. No.
You gotta wash your hands more, Lindsey.
I wash my hands every time, and they still.
I was gonna say I don't think it has anything to do with washing
hands.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
It's got soft mitts.
Well, it's good enough for us to spend 10 minutes on, so that's all I know.
And they're tiny too. They're like little hands.
They are, dude. I do have small hands.
Told you. Blind taste test.
I'm not a very tall dude, so.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know, Lindsey. We're not all NBA players. We all
know it has nothing to do.
Like, give me a fucking break, man.
Has a woman ever commented on your hands? Like, oh.
Of course they have.
That's
No.
No?
No.
Wow.
Probably
Am I the only one who's made this a big deal?
Literally only you.
All right.
We got to get him. We got to get a T-shirt for this.
That's fitting for you and I, Stick. That's just our type of.
Yeah, we have love.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a
bond.
an intimate relationship.
Soft hands, Gentry.
Hey, man.
Soft hands.
I'm having a baby in February. The first person I want to hold that baby, Michael Gentry.
Yeah, man. Cotton hands, Gentry.
Cotton. And on that note, we are out of here. Old Cotton Hands Gentry.
That's what we call
it. You guys have a great day. We'll see you from the studio tomorrow. Feldman Chevrolet, thank you for the hospitality. We're sorry for the ruckus. Great show, guys.
No, we're not.